Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm your host, Siren, and today I'm giving you guys the final, well not the final, but finally an update deck profile video for you guys on my Roaring Thunder Dragon Triumph Dragon. No, it's not Trump Dragon, because we don't claim Trump in its name. It's a Triumph Dragon. It's like you're triumphing. But it is what it is. So I haven't done this deck profile in a very long time, ever since it debuted earlier this year, I believe. I think it's in May that it finally debuted. I don't know. But yeah, it has been quite a while, and I finally got some cards from some of them from the Set 1 collection and a little bit of the Set 2 collection. For some reason, Set 2 is so hard to get to gain back these days. If you don't have it, then you're kind of screwed. So, you know, it's kind of fucked up. Because when I was looking on TCG, just for a quick statement, quick backstory here for a second. I was looking on TCG Player, and most of the cards that are in the Set 2 collection, Illusionist Strive, guys, it's so damn expensive. I'm just like, for one fucking card, it's like $40 now for Raziel's Grade 2 partner, and another $27 for Rokshay for Varga, and now, luckily, it's $21 or $22 each for Chris Rain's Grade 2 partner. So it's just like, guys, why are things so damn expensive? And I realized something. Chris Rain's lovely pink friend set, she pretty much is a generic for all lyrical decks. So of course, my dumbass didn't gain her as much as possible, so I missed out on that set. But you know what? It is what the fuck it is. So we just gotta do what we gotta do, and eventually they'll come to us in time. So that's why you haven't seen me do much updating since Set 2. So now is a good time for anything, since I got some of the Set 2 stuff for Triumph Dragon. I'm still waiting on the Set 4 collection, pretty much. I'm still trying to pay that shit off before Set 5, but unfortunately, I might have to make a few sacrifices, but we'll see what happens. But that's enough little backstory right there. You guys are here for the update, so here it is. So, of course, we have to have our energy generator, ticket. I'm supposed to say it's a Crest, pretty much, but this is what you need to have for a 5th ride deck, pretty much, for instead of just playing 4. How unfortunate. Alright, and then we also have Heated Blade Ardart for our Varga's Grade 0, but also partner up with the Triumph Dragon. I think he's the first one that actually came to become partner with, but of course Varga Dragritter in the end got him. So. And of course we have Roaring Flame Beast Karaleor. So there's that little guy there. And then we have the Grade 2 Roaring Thunder Beast Kitenraiz. Kitenraiz? I think so. You guys can probably say it better than I can. I suck at probably saying these cards as possible. So that's my bad. And of course, the main Grade 3 for this deck is Roaring Thunder Dragon, Triumph Dragon. Of course, the main reason why this is the trial deck version, pretty much, it's so all of them have the same ability for the active skill. Counterblast 1, search your deck for up to 1 card, the same card name as this unit, reveal it, and put it to your hand, shuffle the deck, and this unit gets 10,000 power in a turn. So basically, it's like a Persona ride, but it's a search. So that's, I don't know, a persona search, like PS, something like that. I don't know what you guys want to call that little keyword nowadays. You know, we've invented so many keywords during this whole entire D series. It's not even funny, and I do like it. I do like some little bit of creativity. But the difference is between all 6 of the trial deck versions, their auto skill is very different from the others. It does require Energy Blast 4 for all of them for the cost. So when this unit attacks a Vanguard, choose one of your opponent's rear guards and retire it, and this unit gets 5,000 power plus 1 critical until the end of that battle. So that is the thing. So you have to pay for the Energy Blast 4 for each of your Grade 3 nations main guys to get their skill, pretty much so. And you know, there are some cards that also will go with it as well, so give or take. But yeah, that is the ride line for the deck here. And yes, I'm using the red sleeves for the Dragon Empire version because that's as close to red as possible for all Dragon Nations. And of course, my my trigger lineup will always going to be the same, because 4 heals, 8 crits, 3 fronts, and over trigger, because for me, it's just so easy. Like, I've tried to do 4 fronts, 7 crits, 2 draws, 2 fronts, 7 criticals sometimes, but for me, it just doesn't seem right, and it just seems kind of like it's a give or take situation. I know a lot of people can argue with me about draws are far more better, because you want a bigger hand, just in case your opponent has a big number. I understand that perfectly well, and that is your opinion. It's just not my prerogative. I'd rather have the 20k shield value, just in case if there is something else goes wrong. That's just me. So, for triggers, of course, we have 4 copies of Dinobreeze for heals. For criticals, I go with 4 Conduct Spark Dragons, because this is a Thunder deck in honor of Narukami. And then we also have Burning Flail Dragon for our soul ability, of course. 3 Paramas for our fronts and also our 20k shield value. And of course, the one overtrigger that everyone seems to hate, or at least one of the overtriggers that they hate, is Dragveda. So, I don't know, you guys can have your own opinion about Dragveda, personally, but I think he's pretty cool for all decks. I mean, his restand ability comes in quite handy, and I think you guys don't like to have that card to deal with. It goes in perfect combination with Varga Dragritter as well, because Varga can restand not once, I think a total of 3 times? I think. I'd have to redo that again. And of course, the Triumph Dragon Sleeves is what we're using for this video as well, and it's going to be a permanent staple. Now, what I did differently about this grade 1 lineup, of course, I am using only 11 grade 1s. I don't know why. For some reason, I'm noticing that my grade 1 lineup is becoming more less than my grade 2s. Maybe because my grade 2s have better playstyle than the grade 1s. I don't know. But it is what it is. So here's from the Set 2 collection. We have 4 copies of Battle Monk of Thunderclaps Zenshin. At the end of battle, this unit boosts if your Vanguard's Triumph Dragon. Retire this unit and put a grade 3 or greater card with Triumph Dragon and its card name from your soul or drop into the bottom of the deck. Okay? Choose one of your opponent's rear guards and retire it. If you did not retire a card, draw a card. So, it does help you get your Triumph Dragon back from the drop or hand? Or soul. Yeah, sorry. Drop a soul and then put it back in the bottom of the deck. So, that's pretty fun to deal with. And the reason why I'm choosing this next unit is for obvious reasons. 3 copies of Dragritter Hardy. Hardy. When this unit is placed on rearguard, counterblast 1, choose one of your opponent's back row rearguards and retire it. The more back row retirement you can do, the better chance your opponent will have to be forced to play more cards from their hand in order to call back a full field. Unless they have graveyard skills, then yeah, that can maybe hit you a little bit. But it's better to get those cards off the field as fast as possible before something else goes wrong. And then, of course, I'm playing 4 copies of Guardian Monk of Raging Flames Monju. And this is one of the few cards that can be continuous for all decks. Now, keep in mind, I'm noticing this in my camera as well, that my lens is a little bit blurry, so I apologize for that. But I will probably try and fix it in the future. So yeah, that is my grade 1 lineup. Now my grade 2 is, listen, I have more grade 2s than any grade 3s or grade 1s. I'm going to tell you why. So right now, we are using 16 grade 2s in this deck. And now I know you're all probably thinking, like, why are you using 16 more grade 2s than grade 3s or grade 1s? Well, I'll tell you why, and please just hear me out. This is kind of important for me too, and also just learning the style of it until I get more support, and then I might cut down more and more. So I am playing 4 copies of Dragritter Falhart, and this is your Surger, your Counter Blast 1 or Energy Blast 3, either of those 2 options, and draw a card when it's discarded, or put in the Guardian Circle. Now, its other skill is, when this unit is placed on rearguard, if you Persona Rogue this turn, Counter Blast or Energy Blast 3, Counter Blast 1 or Energy Blast 3, choose a grade 1 card without a Sentinel from your drop, and call it back to the back row rearguard. So this will also help you get some cards out of the drop and put it back on the field as much as possible. And I can see why this card is so freaking expensive, you guys. I get disgusted sometimes with the Vanguard market these days because it's so fucking crazy. But yes, I finally got a hold of him, and I think he might be a good addition to this deck, or any other Dragon Empire deck, pretty much. But I do appreciate, finally getting him and putting him in the decks. That might do the trick as well. Here's another card that I think is also another option, you guys. It's another generic. When this unit is discarded from your hand during your turn, if your Vanguard is grade 2 or greater, Soul Blast 1 and call this to rear guard. If it is in your battle phase, this unit cannot attack in the same turn, until the end of turn. So that's unfortunate, but it still gives me called another interceptor. If you have more rear guards than your opponent, this unit gets a boost skill. So it's a 10k interceptor / booster, and for me, a 10k shield can do such wonders. Now, I have units that can provide 5k boost to their 8k attack already, but I figured this is a 10k already. Just go ahead and add the 10k to more of the field. So this is a bad boy that you guys can think about if you guys want to try him. I know he's probably not for every deck, but it's worth a shot. Here's another one that's another option for me, is a generic, is 4 copies of Meteor Flare Dragon. This is from the Set 7 collection, and like I said, you guys, it's just another possible generic you guys can want to give it a shot, or give it a try. Now, this is why I think you're all going to be like, what in the actual fuck? So, and that's what I'm saying too, but you know what? I am crazy enough to try it, so there you go. Now, for the last 4 cards, we have two different Blitz orders. The first Blitz order I'm introducing you guys is Bonds Between Humans and Dragons. Play this with Energy Blast 2. If your opponent's Vanguard is grade 3 or greater, choose one of your Vanguards and it gets plus 25,000 power into the end of that battle. So it adds more of a power to in case, if your opponent's Vanguard is a very heavy hitter. This card's also been introduced and become a staple to Varga Rakshasa when it comes out next week. So everybody's going to be building this deck, might give it a shot, and give or take, whatever tickles your pickle, pretty much. Here is another one who's another option. This is all generic, pretty much. 2 copies of Defensing Roar. Choose one of your Guardians without Sentinel, and into the end of that battle, it gets a skill. When this unit is retired from the Guardian Circle, put this card into your hand, and it adds 10,000 to the shield. So again, option 2. This whole deck is pretty much giving you guys an idea about what units can you use for your generics, what are the cards that will fit more of your playstyle, pretty much so. This, to me, however, is still in the testing phase about a lot of these cards, and I'm trying to find cards that will be comparable to the retirement playstyle. So that's why there's 16 grade 2s in this guy. You're all going to be thinking like, you bitch, you are just one crazy bitch. I am. That's an understatement. Finally, for our grade 3s, we're playing 3 more copies of Triumph Dragon just for Persona Rideability, and we do need him to require more skills. And then I finally got my hands on a full playset of Strive Command Dragon. So he's a partner, the grade 3 partner to Triumph Dragon. And when this unit attacks Soul Blast 1 into the end of that battle, this unit gets 5,000 power, and if a grade 3 or greater Vanguard or Triumph Dragon was Soul Blasted for this cost, it gets plus 1 critical. So you have basically two units that will get plus 1 critical for different effects, like Energy Blast 4 for Triumph Dragon, Soul Blast 1, Soul Blast a Triumph Dragon from the Soul to activate the skill. There you go. And that's why we have the new grade 1 for it, so. I gotta say, I'm really quite surprised with this deck. And yes, I did forget to mention that this deck does belong to now Inabe, when she first debuted in earlier in Season 1 of Divines, so. That's another story for another time. Okay. So, of course, I like to keep this nice and pretty, or at least try to. And yes, that is the updated deck profile video for you guys. I hope you guys like to watch what you see, or thank you guys for watching. I don't know why I got the tongue tied. Please, if you guys like the content I do create on this channel, please subscribe, comment down below, thumbs up for this channel, show some love. And if you guys have any other options for this deck, like generic wise or support wise, let me know in the comments down below. And as always, I've been your host, Siren Frost, signing out.